I noticed last night, or I was told, I didn't see it, but I heard everybody stood for the national anthem, and that shows respect for our country, our flag, and for the national anthem. So, you know, I'm very happy. I heard that, and they should stand. You have to stand. It's our national anthem. You have to stand.
All right, that was the president earlier today praising the players and the fans who stood during last night's game. That was in Green Bay. Joining us now from the Trump Organization, the son of the president, Eric Trump. Good to see you.
Hey, Sean. All right.
First interview since the baby.
Since the baby. We're excited.
You're excited, right?
Little Luke. Yeah,
you getting any tired? Late nights?
Yeah, some late nights. Late nights. You know, Mama's feeling some late nights, but she's doing great.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah. I thought this was important for the country. I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. I know fans are still mad even at the locking of arms because they think it's still a type of protest. But if we're not going to take a stand here and decide as a country that there's certain things that will unify us, our anthem, our flag, and a remembrance of all those that fought, bled, and died fighting for that flag, under that flag.
Sure.
Thoughts?
I don't mind locking the arms. I don't mind locking the arms at all. I mind kneeling, and my father minds kneeling. And you know, it's one thing I've always said about my father. He'll fight for this country. And this was another great example of him fighting for this country. It's not just fighting for lower taxes. It's not just fighting for, you know, better health care and fighting to have the best military. I mean, he's fighting for something that means a tremendous amount to this nation, to the people of this nation, and that's the American flag, and that's patriotism. And there's plenty of time for protest, all right? But just keep that 1 minute time that it takes to sing the national anthem, keep it sacred. There's another 23 hours and 59 minutes in a day. Keep that minute sacred, and it's really great to see so many teams coming around to this.
In so many different ways, it's a win, and I think it was also a defining moment, and in other ways, a great debate for the country to have. Sure. And I think that was the missing ingredient for this was the number of men that fought under that flag and what it meant to them and how much they've given to all of us. Right? We'll see what happens this weekend. I would hope this is the end of it.
And you know what? The American flag stands for everything that's great about this country. Right now, every country has atrocities. Every country has little problems. But America, we are so fortunate as people. I mean, I've traveled all around the world, as you have, and you've seen where real countries have got it wrong. I mean, shoot, turn on the TV. Look what's happening in North Korea. Look at so many countries where people are, you know, starving. I mean, we certainly
starving, oppressed.
We certainly have certain problems in this country, but we are so blessed on a relative basis, and you know, we should stand and we should celebrate that. And then, you know, when that's over, we can debate our differences, and that's healthy. But you know, I'm proud of him taking a stand, and I'm proud of him fighting for that flag.
I don't think your father is ever going to be managed in the sense that he's ever going to make decisions based on anything other than what his heart and gut tells him. Yeah. And I think that's a missing ingredient what people don't know about your father.
Because he's not a politician. Yeah. He's not a politician. I mean, right? I mean, every time you see a politician out there, they choose every single word perfectly. They study these little catchphrases that can apply to any person individually and never get I mean, my father goes out there and he speaks from the heart, and that's why he was ultimately elected. I mean, people are sick and tired of the nonsense sound bites. People are sick and tired of political correctness. And quite frankly, people, you know, and that's why government never got anything done.
I want to play video of an officer, an Indianapolis officer, police officer, and he was on a stretcher, and he was in the motorcade of the president when they were leaving. And before the president, he'd heard about the accident. Before he goes wheels up, he made it a point of talking to this man.
He's truly one of the most charismatic, compassionate people you'll ever see, and the media will never paint him that way, but it's the father I know. I actually tweeted that article before because I thought it was beautiful, and you saw the officer, and he's lying on the back, and he has a neck brace, and he has a phone. Somebody's holding a phone to his ear, and, you know, my father's thanking him for his service, you know, telling him to recover quickly, to heal up quickly, and it's the father I know. It's a man I know him to be. He's got a tremendously big heart.
The Indianapolis Metro Police, they sent out a tweet. Thank you at POTUS for delaying Wheels Up to speak with an injured officer Turner.
He has never walked by a police officer, even prior to his life in government, where he hasn't said thank you. My father is deeply, deeply patriotic. He cares about law enforcement. You saw that on the campaign trail, and I think you see it every single day, and you certainly saw it yesterday when he did that.
I'm watching Melania. Melania is on her way to go help people in Texas after Hurricane Harvey. Walks out of the White House. And the media is so shallow. They're fixated on her shoes.
Sure.
Melania donates Dr. Seuss books, which I assume you're probably going to be reading to Luke when he's a little bit older, maybe sooner.
Yeah.
And you have this librarian who writes such a nasty note to Melania. And I don't remember, your sister's been a target of this, Kellyanne's been a target of this.
Everybody.
Everybody that is close to the president seems to be targeted, but Melania now in particular seems to be singled out.
And she's amazing.
Listen, I met her and interviewed her. She's amazing.
She's strong, she's smart, she cares. She's been an unbelievable force in this whole thing. I mean, when would a simple thank you be enough and go a long way? I mean, I read that letter and I thought it was smug. I thought it was arrogant. I mean, here is the First Lady of the U.S. So you know my father's platform has been education. He thinks it's a total embarrassment that as a country that we've been rated number 30th in the world in terms of education.
Number one in spending money per pupil.
No question about it. And he is hell-bent on fixing that problem, believe me. I mean, it was always one of the first points he ever, he made in every single campaign speech. He talks about it all the time. So here Melania goes out and promotes National Read a Book Day, right? I mean, something beautiful, something innocent. They donate Dr. Seuss books to a bunch of schools in every state. And she gets criticized by a librarian. I mean, that's the divisiveness of the world that we live in. How about a simple thank you? Thank you for the books. And by the way, even if they couldn't utilize them, we have many people who, are less fortunate, and we'll make sure that they end up in wonderful hands. And thank you for taking this initiative, because education of our youth is really important. This is a librarian.
Hop on pop.
And it has
green eggs and ham.
And it has to be a smug, nasty response. And it's a shame.
Unfortunate.
It's a shame. And she is an amazing, amazing woman.
So congratulations. Maybe they can give the copies of the books to you and Laura, so you guys can read it to Luke.
Congratulations
on the baby.
Thank you, Sean.
Awesome news for both of you.
Thank you.